The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yesterday, 14 players were pared down to 4. 2 monthly regulars and 2 major regulars making their monthly debut. Which one will prevail and become our first ever Flying Wiggler Open champion? We will find that out today. Hello puzzlers, this is your head tournament organizer, Cards of Art. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025 Flying Wiggler Open. We've got 4 players poised to be our 4th different monthly champion in as many months. And one of those players competing for that prize is going to help me call the first match today. It is the Beef in 314.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Puzzle Games. Really excited for day 2 of the Flying Wiggler Open. Let's go, let's get it.
Oh yeah, we'll get to it in just a second. We've got quite a storyline building between the 4 competitors that are playing today. 2 of them have been grinding it out in these monthlies, you and FFR Pro, and then there's Tayman and Yoshi swooping in from their lives to compete in their first monthlies. How much have you been enjoying partaking in this tournament so far?
This has been really cool. I've really enjoyed, the new people coming into the tournament and really shaking it up. And I'm just really excited for the competition. It's a new tournament, and can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
We'll see how it all unfolds today as we go through our 2 semifinals matches and our 1 final match, all on the V-Hard versus level, where we will see the variance get up to its absolute maximum. We will find out how each of our players will react to the hardest level in the game in just a little bit. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how everything works, and I don't blame you, there's a lot of things going back and forth, especially during yesterday's action when we had 2 matches happening at once. It can get hard for even the best players in the community to follow everything that's going on. Well, don't worry. I will take a couple minutes of your time to explain how everything works and how we are playing this game in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Panepon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels hard and V-hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. From 14 players down to 4, we have taken this single elimination tournament to its logical conclusion now, with our semifinals and finals matches coming to you today, all on the V-Hard difficulty. V-Hard is the semifinals are playing best of 3, and the finals match is a best of 5. So for the semifinals, the first to win 2 of these speedrun races will win the match, and for the finals, the first to win 3 races will be our Flying Wiggler Open champion. And with being our Flying Wiggler Open champion, they will get an automatic top 8 spot in next year's Tetris Attack Major Tournament. But also, for that tournament, the remaining players will be getting TP, tournament points, for their performance. All of our 4 players have guaranteed themselves 3 TP for their top 4 finishes, but the winners of these semifinals matches will guarantee at least 7 points, and then the champion will be getting a full 13 points, which there seems to be a bit of a disparity between people who finish in the top 8 and those who win. Maybe that's something we can revisit after this tournament. I did kind of like try to develop the format so that way the top players would not be pressured into playing every single time. But when the top players play every single time, they sure do bring a lot of distance between themselves and the rest of the pack. So I might be open to tweaking that for next time. We'll see how that goes. In any case, our players are ultimately fighting for a piece of our crowdfunded prize pool, which is currently sitting at $200 out of our initial stretch goal of $500. At present, we will be paying out the top 4 from our top bracket in the major. But if we hit that initial $500 goal, we will be expanding that to the top 8. And if we somehow hit our ultimate stretch goal of $1,000, then we will pay out the full top 16 from the top gold bracket. The more people we get to contribute to the pool, the more we can reward our players for their great effort. And Beefin, we've had plenty of people volunteering their time to play in these tournaments. How cool has it been for you to see how many people have come out to these tournaments?
One of the things I was wondering is if people, were going to want to do these monthly tournaments, monthly. There's a lot of time commitment to ask of people, but it's been a really awesome turnout. We've had, I think their lowest turnout was maybe 12, and it just keeps growing. And, we were pretty close to a 16-player bracket this time, and I'm really hopeful that it's going to continue growing leading up to Worlds.
Absolutely. I feel privileged to eventually have the problem of having too many people to manage in these tournaments. So by all means, come join us. We will welcome people of all skill levels to try out their hand at Tetris Attack, and we have plenty of helpful people who will be trying to give tips along the way for anyone that is interested in learning how to play these games, because the other game that we play a great deal in this community, we'll have a bit of an update on that tournament that will be going on next month at the end of this broadcast. So if you want to get involved with that game, stay tuned. We'll tell you how at the end of the show. But here we are at the semifinals of our Flying Wiggler Open, Beefin. You will be looking forward to playing Yoshi 112, our supreme record holder, 3-time defending major champion, in just a little bit. But first up, we have our 2-3 matchup, FFR Pro 21 and TaymanND. And Beefin, I was kind of surprised looking back at our previous tournament results that these two have not played more often in Tetris Attack. It's really just a 20, I think there was a 2021 one, the early exit from Tayman, and then in this past tournament, this past major, FFR Pro swept Tayman in the quarterfinals. But they've had quite a history together, and And how much are you looking forward to seeing how these two react to V-Hard today?
I mean, I am hoping that Tayman can, do a little bit better, because I think, yeah, like you said, he's lost both times against FFR. Even though it's pretty close in PPL, I know that Tay's definitely wanting to get one under his belt today and move on to the finals, where, I'll be happy to play him in the finals. Be looking forward to it.
So as far as I'm concerned, I think all eyes are going to be on Tayman and Yoshi for what they are going to bring to these matches today. Like Beefin, you and FFR have been through the grind of these monthlies. We have a very good idea of what to expect from you two. Just looking back through the previous V-Hard races, Beefin, you've averaged a 930 in your various races. FFR Pro has averaged 853. Now Tayman, we have not seen too much of in V-Hard as of late, but he's definitely capable of times reasonably in the 8 to 10 minute range, as are most of our top players. But I think all of the eyes will be on how Yoshi plays today, especially with the news that was broke yesterday that Yoshi set a new hard mode record in preparation for yesterday, which is kind of crazy. And to get an idea of how much better Yoshi has played at V-Hard than everyone else, I mentioned FFR's 853 V-Hard average a little bit ago. Going through the results of Yoshi's races in the last major, the most recent data we have on him, his average time was 827. And there was a DNF in there, which, if I removed that, it would have lowered his average finished time to 8 minutes flat. So, like Beefin, talk to me. How much have you revered Yoshi's gameplay?
I mean, I've learned a lot from him. I've learned, just by watching his gameplay, I've learned that, like, 8s and 9s are really important. Sending your first attack on or before 1 second is, like, super duper important. And I've been trying to emulate that into my style. Like earlier today, I got like a pretty good sub 8 time in practice, and just trying to do what he does, even though it is probably maybe like 75% of what he does. It gives me a shot, and I think I'm hoping that I can pull through and make him proud for emulating his strats.
Alright then, puzzlers, let's not keep our competitors waiting any longer. We will be able to enjoy Beefin here taking on Yoshi later, but for now we have FFR Pro and Tayman to contend with, and Tayman will be looking to get his first Tetris Attack victory over our 2 seed. So let's go ahead and throw it right to our first matchup of the day. Number 2, FFR Pro 21. Number 3, TaymanND. V-Hard Semifinals. It's starting right now!
Right now. Hey man, no.
I just need to refresh his feed, and then we'll have him. So Beefin, though, what do you think? How do you think our players will be approaching V-Hard in today's matches?
I think the biggest thing is to make sure that, I think the biggest thing is you don't want to just sit there and watch. Like I think once you send your first attack, you need to get your follow-up combos and chains like ready to go. And I think the person that can do that more effectively, I think in this matchup, will take it home.
And again, we haven't seen much of Tayman playing V-Hard lately, so I can't can't attest to exactly what shape he's going to be in V-Hard going into this match, but we will see how these two are about to play out as our game 1 is now underway. So V-Hard is very variable. It's a speed level of 6, so gravity has a very immediate impact on how things fall on your board, on your opponent's board and such. And for most stages, these opponents will go down to 7 or 8 lines, although FFR Pro need to send 9 lines to that latitude to win in 21 seconds compared to Tayman winning in 16 seconds. So by and large, that's going to be the range that we want all of these stages to finish in, Beefin.
Yeah, and it certainly didn't help there with FFR's lack that he didn't start his attack until about 3 seconds. Definitely delayed getting a quicker kill on that. As we see Bumpty getting a clear on FFR. Again, Tayman getting through with another no clear stage, 20 seconds, maintaining a little bit of a lead still.
It's as Tayman often talks about with these races, always avoiding the bad stages, and avoiding the garbage clears is a fairly significant part of avoiding the bad stages, though trying to time these attacks to land on the opponent when they're not able to make a match to respond is going to be a real beast in and of itself. Oh my, FFR Pro, it looked like that only took 5 lines to beat Poochie in 13 seconds. When you can get some lucky stages like that, you better be able to take advantage of it, and all of our top players here today, Beefin, are able to take advantage of those good stages as well as anyone.
Yeah, absolutely, and unfortunate Tayman's dog goes down really, really low and didn't have the follow-up, but gets out of there pretty quickly after that. Ooh, insta-clear from Wiggler on FFR's side.
I've seen a couple of 7 chains from FFR in this early going. Maybe just the way those panels have played out, that the chain was just natural to go up to an X7, but that's not... I would not consider that typical of the approach to the V-Hard stages. Like
I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree with that assessment, especially since a lot of those 7 chains, both those 7 chains, it looked like it was unintentional, and it would have taken more actions to swap out of that instead of just letting the 7 chain resolve.
And the reason we don't want to make chains that big, because it's not like this game has a win condition, it's more of a lose condition, where if you run out of time while your stack is breaking through the top of the screen, then you lose. And really, winning is forcing that condition on your opponent as soon as possible by way of garbage like these two will be trying to do throughout. And right now, that was a pretty significant swing in momentum that Tayman just got there. Tayman will be taking a fair bit of a lead, about 5 seconds heading into the end of the first half of this run, Beefin.
Yeah, and with that beautiful lag chain, that's a lot of garbage at the top. Oh, down stacking there, 14 from Tayman, very good blarg. Meanwhile, FFR's blarg goes to row 3 and is gonna get a clear, even though FFR had the backup combo in time.
How many foes have I seen take FFR down to row 3? I remarked about one lucky stage that FFR had, but the others have not been all that particularly nice. Is that just me?
No, not particularly.
But Lungefish here, and the next stage, Raphael the Raven, they tend to get much lower. Like, look at that row 2 from Tayman's Lungefish. That is quite ridiculous. I often recommend sending 8 lines minimum to these next 2 opponents. And another... Okay, when Lungefish gets down to row 3, we expect it. But FFR has been dealing with that all all game long.
Yeah, absolutely. And FFR, I think, took way too long to set up the 8 combo. Didn't have any garbage going over there for about 3 seconds and allowed Fish to get another clear. And now he's falling further behind against Tayman, with Tayman going into Raven now.
Tayman ends up cutting off the chain at an X4. With that combo send, that's certainly usually never enough to beat Raven, but this follow-up attack should be fine for a 20 and will be entering the Cave of Wickedness, as this game calls it, in about a little under 5 minutes 30 seconds, which really beefing, not the end of the world for your typical V-Hard run.
No, absolutely not. You still have a chance with a good cave to get sub 9 minutes, and based on how this race is going now, I think sub 9 is going to be pretty good to get a win here. Ooh, Tayman dropping that combo there. Or chain, excuse me. Good 8 combo follow-up. See if he's going to be rewarded for it. Down stack, clunk. There we go. Very nice from Tayman. Good stuff.
And you speak of sub 9 being good in this race, Beef, and I did go back through the data from the past monthlies as far as their V-Hards go, and the median middle race time amongst all of the participants was 8:59 and a half. So 9 minutes exactly was the cutoff for being more likely than not to win or lose one of these races. So 9 minutes will probably be good for most of these races, and that is a good play it for Tayman. 15 seconds is what you love to see. And 50 plus for FFR Pro is definitely what he does not need to see right now, Beefin.
Yeah, FFR is definitely dominating this cave, and I've said many times that, like, the player that has the better cave is more than likely going to win a race, and an over-minute hook bill is not what you want to see. Maybe you should change your character to not be Flying Wiggler. I don't think that Flying Wiggler has given you any good luck today. Being a dirtbag today.
Well, now that we're in the Cave of Wickedness, these opponents know how to chain. Kamek threw out a 7 chain onto Tayman, but is not going to have time to do anything else. And I dare say there is a non-zero chance for Tayman to finish this first game in under 8 minutes.
Get it, Tayman. Let's go. Let's see it.
Like, we've definitely had some Bowsers in these tournaments waste a lot of our time. Look at FFR Pro having to crush Piranha Plant. Definitely expects a little better of himself in these cave stages. But Tayman Bowser going up to a 7 chain, gets to raise that stack, and is going to start chaining a little bit more. As fast as Bowser is, he could basically get to whatever chain he wants at this point. Doesn't really take any consideration for color conflicts, though, like that 6 combo that Bowser could not avoid, but he's still got enough panels to ruin more of Tayman's good vibes.
There's 2 pillars here. Oh, he's gonna chain again. Gonna go all the way up to the top. Oh, 3rd tier. Come on. There's nothing
Bowser
here.
is out of position, though. And Tayman will finish game 1 with a time of 8 minutes 42 seconds. Good enough for star number 1.
Yeah, and that 1 minute plus hook bill was really detrimental to FFR's chances. I mean, the thing is you try to send a really good attack to these cave opponents, but if they get a clear off the garbage, then yeah, it can be lights out, and there's nothing you can really do except just continuing to send garbage over. So let's see if FFR can give us a good ending for this Bowser. Drops his initial chain there, but drops it.
Yeah,
drops another chain there. That's not what you want to see, especially going into like game 2. You're seeing a bunch of drop chains. Hoping that he can bounce back for game 2. A lot of combo garbage is resolving here. Tons of combo garbage. Down stack here and dead.
And
Ooh, there
out
we go.
of time. Just barely. And FFR Pro will officially clock in with a 9:53. Oh man, that FFR definitely disappointed in that result. Tayman disappointed in how that Bowser ended his run, but all in all, this is Tayman is playing exactly as he needs to in order to essentially get this upset, win his first Tetris Attack match over FFR Pro. Beefin, what do you think FFR needs to do to possibly change up his strategy for this next game?
I don't think it's a strategy thing so much as it's... I saw just so many drop chains from FFR, which is extremely uncharacteristic. I think that's going to be one of the big keys to the match here now in game 2 is, yeah, you can't drop those, and if you do that, then the enemy is going to start going after your garbage and start clearing your garbage away, and you're just going to have to send more, and that's not good. It's not good when you're trying to beat a sub-9 time from Tayman, but yeah, I think maybe we can definitely take this to 3. Also, that Bulborb on that chair is just like staring at me with soulless eyes. I love that. But anyway, game 2 is underway. Both players.
These two are definitely enjoying their fair share of plushies by their side. Beefin, I'm sure you can appreciate all the plushies that they have nearby.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it looked like it was unfortunate here. Both players sending a decent attack. Tayman dropping his initial chain, but not nearly as punished since FFR experienced a garbage clear over on LAC, 24-26.
Certainly not the end of the world. You can still get sub 8 times with stages like that, though the rest of these stages might need to get a bit luckier than most. And again, I'm not sure what FFR's plan was for the start of that attack. That early dropped chain leading to Bumpty not being close to topped off.
What it looked like there was a color conflict with FFR trying to form the 8 combo and got an accidental clear and settled for a 4 combo, but led to a pretty stilted attack, and Tayman's going to gain another 6 seconds.
And again, it's still very early. We just saw a Bowser take basically over a minute to finish, so it really is not over until the Fat Bowser sings, puzzlers. So
that's right, Jay.
Oh, that's a good attack from Tayman. 6 lines, 13 seconds. 5 lines, 12 seconds from FFR Pro. Blaming Poochie was trendy last month, puzzlers. No need to do it here, but that works all the same.
That Poochie said.
Okay, Tayman's got a 4 chain here. He's going to leave it at that. That is a high wiggler. That is blaming Wiggler. 11 and 12 seconds. These two have finally hit their stride, and they are dispatching these foes left and right, Beefin.
Yeah, both players are seeing the state of their stacks and are able to go for the shorter attacks, and paid off on both stages, 12 and 13 and then 12 and 11. Yeah, very impressive now.
Oh, there's a nice little lag 5 chain at the end for Tayman. That Froggy needed 8 lines, it seems. Very unfortunate. It's not typical for Froggy to need 8 lines to defeat. And just like that, our race is basically tied up. FFR starting on the left side, finding an 8 combo. There is a 5 or 6 combo extension to be, and there does not go for it, but gets a 6 combo here for this 4-chain. Doesn't look like Blarg has a good answer, and that's 13 seconds for FFR Pro, exiting the first half at a little over 3.5 minutes. Meanwhile, TaymanND gets a garbage clear, is going to get some more time wasted by Tetris attacker, I mean Blarg, and it's going to be about 10 seconds behind as we head into the second half of this run, Beefin.
Yeah, a couple unfortunate clears there for TaymanND, sending decent attacks, but being a little punished for it. And we're out of the first half, and things can definitely pick up from here. Beautiful lag chain from TaymanND, going out to a 5 chain, excuse me, having 6 lines of garbage, but Fish is really low. Oh, can you get him before he raises? Oh, he's gonna need one more line here, maybe two more lines.
Oh, okay, this is fine. This will work.
It's fine.
25 seconds for TaymanND. FFR Pro, I believe, needed 21 for a Fish that went down to row 3, which that might just have to be the way you operate in this mid game. Just send 6 chains, and oh my goodness, Raven went for a combo to clear garbage and did not have time for that. So FFR Pro will be entering the Cave of Wickedness first in this race at under 5 minutes, Beef, and that's usually a good benchmark for how our players want to go.
Absolutely, yeah. Excuse me, FFR sent a gigantic attack, and usually Raven will get to that and clear it really quickly, but fortunate enough that Raven didn't do anything with it. Meanwhile, TaymanND now entering cave at about 5:15. Yeah, 5:15. Couple pillars over here on Hookbill's side. All this screen shake is going to make it so that Hookbill is going to get to the blues. There's a big pillar over here on the left side. I think this is going to be good here. Yep, 34 seconds. Still maintaining a decent lead.
The screen shake is caused by sending the bigger garbage blocks. So wow, 13 seconds from TaymanND's Hookbill, a much needed quick stage to catch up and potentially close out this match right here. But it is the screen shake that really determines when these opponents are able to lose, and sending the bigger garbage blocks will make the screen shake more, but at the end of the day, you have to top off these opponents first and foremost, and if you have to send bigger chains to do that, then so be it. Plant should be crushed here. And FFR Pro Fish is 28, TaymanND with a 19, and we are about neck and neck once again. I don't think there's more than a second separating their timers heading into the final 2 stages. This is crazy. This is what FFR needs to stay in this tournament, to stay in this match. FFR needs a win here. Can he clutch this out?
But TaymanND also needs this to go ahead and win the match, and this is proving the adage that, this run is not over until, we settle things in the cave. And ooh, FFR getting a nice 18-second KMAC. Very nicely done. KMAC is going to start chaining over on TaymanND's side. Probably going to start down stacking here. Might be a little bit of screen shake. Uh-oh.
Yep, TaymanND's KMAC had the time to raise his stack, and that allowed so many panels for so many chains to waste TaymanND's time. And ooh, wow, that was close. That was close. Oh. But it is the final stage for FFR. Watching a Bowser go to his 7-chain. Oh, FFR hasn't sent enough. He needs a lot more than what he's got right now. Just raise that stack, please. You're not Tetris attacker, but raise your stacker. Well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And FFR Pro puts up a really strong showing in Game 2 with a 753.
Very well done. Very good bounce back. It looked very worrisome because FFR, it appeared, did not have Bowser topped off at all, but then Bowser kind of stalled a little bit, didn't know what to do from the processes, and yeah, got the win there. Beautiful sub 8.
A much needed sub 8 to stay alive in this tournament. Star number 1 for our 2 seed. And Tayman is still dealing with a Bowser that has not been topped off. Tayman sending chain after chain, making screen shake after screen shake. You just gotta do what you can to not give Bowser the opportunity to let up. Tayman will clock in officially at 8:52. So, a steady hand from our 3 seed. But it is not quite enough right now, Beefin. Though, what do you think changed FFR's fortunes in that race?
Cave. He had just an amazing cave, and like I think Tayman had a K-Mech and a Bowser that just weren't very cooperative. Bowser went to row 3 and cleared there, and that's really unfortunate. But FFR, like, aside from like what the game does, speaking, what people can do, FFR I think sent much better first attacks this time around. A lot more combo-based attacks, and maybe the 7 chains in game 1 were a hindrance, maybe not, but yeah, he definitely cleaned it up there, and I got my wish. We get a game 3.
As you rooting for Maximum Chaos, we have Maximum Chaos. It is one V-Hard race to win them all, to move on to our finals, where they will play the winner of our other semifinal coming up after this, Beefin. You are going to have to get mentally ready to take on Yoshi after this.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped. It's gonna be sweet. I can't wait. No hyperbole, no sarcasm. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
The hype can only build.
Can only go up from here.
As we get closer to the start of that match at the end of this thrilling 3-game set between FFR Pro and TaymanND. And that looked like a Lakitu that might have been vulnerable to a 3-line attack. Instead, it's going to take it to a 3-line send. It's going to take 10 rows for that Lakitu. It was not enough, but Tayman gets a slightly better stage and starts with an 18. Lakitu, can you not get a chain in the second tier of panels?
That's super unfortunate.
That is part of the danger of sending an extremely combo-heavy attack to these foes. If they don't get a garbage clear, then the minimal screen shake of the smaller garbage blocks does get them into a losing position sooner, as Tayman is able to show with that 16-second bumpty. But if they are able to get to a garbage clear in time, that's just a bunch of extra panels that these foes can use to make some chains. FFR having to go to row 3 again to get that 19-second kill.
Yeah, and I think all of that was actually needed. I think he needed to go out that far because I think Bumpty cleared at least twice there.
That's a 3 chain from Tayman's Poochie. And is Tayman gonna get... did not have the final combo down in time to top off and crush Poochie. All that extra transport time wastes so much time, and you can see it on Tayman's face. He is not pleased with that.
I mean, having said that, FFR has not been able to capitalize on this. Again, another row 3 enemy. This is... wow. The enemy's needing a lot of garbage over on FFR's side, and yeah, just gotta send more, unfortunately.
Okay, Tayman gets a little bit of a lag 5 chain and get some combos on top of that, and that is going to be a row 8 kill. Yes, sir. 19 seconds will be fine. Getting 19 seconds of stage for this run would actually be amazing. I mean, like 19 seconds a stage per average would be around 7:36, which we haven't seen too many people hit in these tournaments, Beefin.
No, we haven't, and I don't even think I've hit a sub 8 yet, so it's really tough to get one, but when you do, like, you put yourself in a brilliant position to... Wow, Tayman just on fire right now, leaving Frog in about 3:10. That's cruising.
You know, I think before this tournament is done, we will see a new fastest V-hard time in the monthlies, as Yoshi's been setting new high marks for the monthlies in this tournament already. So far, the fastest V-hard we have seen has been my 7:41, which I believe was in game 2 of the... I believe that was game 2 of the Pucci Open semis, that 7:41 was. So we haven't seen too many sub 8s so far, but you know, with FFR Pro already having one, we are poised to have a lot more. And maybe Tayman has a chance for one here. Those are some high pillars from Lunchfish, but Tayman not quite having the chain to deal with them so far. Oh, one row short of the combos and just barely gets there for the 20. That was too close, Beefin.
That was super duper close. And I think another half second there, and Fish definitely would have cleared that and downstacked again. But FFR is going to pick up a couple of seconds on Tayman going into Raven. So this is getting spicy.
Whoa, Tayman, what is this lag chain? That 7 chain was built in no time flat.
That was so pretty.
That should keep Raven busy at the very least, so this stage should not last beyond 22 seconds.
One sec.
Oh, but Raven gets another little garbage clear. And if I was Tayman, I'd be asking Raven, how did you have time for that? Oh my goodness. Oh, so much time waste there from random matches that ultimately meant nothing. FFR Pro is going to make up 10 seconds on this stage. Tayman's entering cave at about 5:21. FFR Pro will be at about 5:29. It is going to be another cave section that decides this race, Beef. And how do you think this one's going to go?
The cave is really going to cave. I think. Oh yeah. Tayman should have made that 5 combo right there, but going for a faster attack.
Well, these cave foes know how to chain.
Everybody's playing and everybody's clearing. Here we go.
Tayman Hookbill went up to an 8 chain.
Oh wow!
And nothing left. Nothing left for Tayman, and we are basically in a dead heat with 3 stages to go. Only one of these players can play in our Flying Wiggler Open Finals. Cave will continue to decide our player's fate.
No. Tayman had a color conflict there and couldn't resolve the 2-5 there. Does not have an attack at all.
Yeah, both of our players struggling to get their initial assault onto Piranha Plant. But FFR managed to get a plant with a really high stack and gets the 20-second win. Is Tayman sent enough to plant here?
Tayman might have to send another chain. Because this garbage is going to resolve. There's going to be another chain off the garbage.
And no, that was not plant lining up a chain from the transformed garbage. These foes don't know how to do that. There were other panels in the way that led to that setup. But wait, is this Kamek going to get to anything?
Ooh.
Oh,
yep.
Kamek found the chain. That's going to waste a couple of seconds. Oh no. Oh no. I wonder if FFR is sent enough to Kamek here. Just raise that stack. By all means, raise that stack. Oh, Kamek gets to a second tier. TaymanND Kamek gets a 5-chain.
Oh my goodness.
And TaymanND Kamek runs out of time from the combo storm. 16 seconds, and TaymanND is first into the final stage. 57 for FFR Pro. That's going to put FFR about 12, 13 seconds behind going into the final stage, but we have seen Bowser's ruin many a great run. So it is not over yet, Beefin.
No, but excellent resolution of the color conflict there. Getting out of that. Bowser's going to start chaining. There's going to be another chain off the garbage. Off the drop here. 4-chain. Bowser's going to have the blues ready to go if he decides not to downstack it. Meanwhile, FFR's got a 6-chain. Bowser's got a 6-chain on FFR. Uh-oh. And that's it!
TaymanND's Bowser runs out of time.
Wow.
And with an 8:45, ever the steady hand throughout this match, TaymanND will be heading into our finals. Taking home star number 2. What a set of races from our PPL 2020 champion. And Cave just caved in. Oh no, FFR's not. Is FFR going to be able to survive this? He's trying to swap as fast as he can. This almost never works.
Oh, come on. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, no.
He is not happy about that one.
Oh, FFR gets crushed. Will not be surviving that and will not be finishing that stage either. So we will officially log that time as a 13:45 for the record books. And let's go ahead and officially grant TaymanND the win.
TaymanND pointing out in the chat, and I was about to note it as well. That's super consistent. That's like a 846 average across 3 different runs and no outliers. Super duper consistent. Congratulations to TaymanND, moving on to the finals.
Right, I believe TaymanND finished every single race with a time faster than FFR's average throughout the monthlies. So TaymanND was very steady in this match, and it is time to grant him the result he deservedly earned. By a score of 2-1, TaymanND is moving on to our finals. First monthly, first finals appearance. That looks very cozy.
Yeah, he's getting down. He's enjoying himself.
We will see TaymanND once again after this next matchup to decide who he will play in our finals. And it's time, Beefin. It is your turn to take the stage, and you're going to have to do what seems to be the unthinkable and take on Yoshi in the best of 3 V Hard Affair. How ready are you for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You heard the man, folks. We are ready to get that match going for you. For the live audience, it will take about 10 minutes to set that up. So we will go to that break and go to our other semifinal matchup. Number 1, Yoshi 112. Number 5, the Beef at 314. That is coming to you right after this. Stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025 Flying Wiggler Open.